I'd like to introduce my next project, the nesting tables. I hope you really enjoy this project. It was fun. Okay, here we go with the nesting tables. I've got 1, 2, 3, and right now they have the Dixie Belle clear primer or clear bonding boss on there. So I've put a nice clear primer on there because I'm putting a green paint on there, and I want it to be a little richer and deeper in color, and there's really no damage to these tables at all on the legs, so it's not gonna, come through anywhere. It's gonna block any of the red or any of the stains, so that won't come through. The only real damage these had was the tops were a little scuffed, so I just give them a good sanding, and then I put the clear Dixie Belle bonder on there, or the primer. And so this one had like a little water ring on there, but this will all be covered with decoupage on top, and the bottoms are going to be what they call, I think it's holy moly guacamole green. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's what it is. Here's my 3 decoupage papers that I've selected for the top of the nesting tables. Here's the color. It's called Holy Guacamole. See if we can get that to focus on there. Again, by Dixie Belle, and that's what's going to go on the bottom, and this matches beautifully with all the greens that are in these decoupage, because this one has a little bit brighter green, but if you flip it over you'll see that it still matches in those greens, and with the bumblebee's wings, if you'll see that. Let's get that over there so you can see it really matches in with that green and the bumblebee's wings. It matches in with this green beautifully. And coming up here, let's flip this over and I'll show you how it matches in with those. So that will be the bottom color. And then I'm going to do some gilding around here, some brown wax shading, and some gold gilding up the legs. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and paint this. It is the Holy Guacamole. Let's see what it looks like on. A nice color. I'm going to use this nice wide brush on these spindly legs to get a nice coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and put this decoupage on here, and I've got the table set up as if they were to nest in each other, because I'm thinking I want a direction. This one nests into here, and this one nests into the bottom of this one. And see where I want it to go, because I really like that look. And now that's where I'm going to go with it. So let's take a peek here. If I take that, oh, plenty. Oh, and it does have a bee on it. Okay, so that's an option. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, that's a pretty bird too. I want to keep as much of that nest as I can. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, since it's closest to me. Most people start at the top. I'm a little backwards. I'm going to start down here. I'm just using the clear satin coat here by Dixie Belle. Beautiful. A little off this edge, but I'll deal with that when I'm done. And here we go. I want to get that underneath there really good. Don't want any air pockets which doesn't have the glue on it. And I'm just doing, like I said, little sections at a time. my heat gun out. And I dried this with the heat gun. And sure enough, the wrinkles came right out. What you guys didn't see was there's a small tear in my decoupage paper. And instead of trying to match all the colors and fill it in, I had some extra transfers, and the flowers in the transfers match these tables beautifully. So all I had to do was put a transfer over top of the hole. Perfect. What I did is I had some rub-on transfers, and I just put it right over top of there. Fits right in beautifully. There we have it. Just want to show you that one more time. Okay, what I'm going to do on this table is get some paints and blend in that edge right there. Now, I should have made that edge more jagged with some water and made it look more organic, but I completely forgot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend these paints in best I can. I've used drop cloth and buttercream and a little bit of gray just to blend it all together, and a little bit of cobblestone. And so I was able to match the background of the decoupage. And then what I'll do is go ahead and add some more transfers so that all the tables match. When I bring in the transfer here, it'll also help disguise the seam, if there's any seam left from me blending in the background. And these transfers just match so beautifully with the colors of these existing decoupage paper. I'm thrilled and I love it. Once I got done with all the transfers, it was time to seal the project so that I could use the brown wax. And I used the Dixie Belle Gator Hide. Because these are tabletops, I wanted to make sure that they had a good durable finish on them because of glasses and such being set on them. So I used the Gator Hide and I put 2 coats of that on there. Then I came back with my brown wax and I finished up all of the edges on all of the tables. Also, I put the brown wax on the legs to give it more of an antiqued look. I love the brown wax. It's actually one of my favorite products that Dixie Belle does. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and done all of that on the legs and on the top. And then I did put a final sealer on there. I did put a spray, a fix-it sealer on there to make sure to lock in all that wax. So that it wouldn't rub off on anything. I know that the wax is supposed to cure and not come off, but I just wanted to take that extra step to make sure it didn't come off on anything. But it does look beautiful, and it finished off the legs really nicely. I was very pleased with the way this project ended. I had to really rush through this project, and I apologize, because this is going into a boutique market, and that market starts within a few days. So I needed to make sure I had these all done, sealed, and dried, and ready to go for my market. But I do appreciate your watching and sharing this project with me, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I know I did. It was just a blast. I love these little nesting tables. They're so much fun, and they're such an easy project to get through. What you'll also notice with the finished product coming up is I took the gold gilding after I had done the Fix-It spray, and I put gold gilding all around the edges. Now, the gold gilding after 24 hours is set, and you will not need to put any type of a fix-it or cover on that or any type of sealant. It sets right in place, and it turns out beautiful. As you can see here, this is the tables with the gilding around the edges, and they looked amazing. And then they just stack right into each other. They're so fun and so pretty. I just loved them. Thanks for being here with me, and I'm glad we were able to share this project, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy creating.